Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. Today we were working on an embroidery stitch on one of my dresses that I happened to rip a hole in dealing with the chickens, caught the chicken fence, and so I embroidered a gecko on it, but for some reason I didn't hit record on that camera. So I'm going to show you something a little, it's similar, but I'm going to do a penguin, a purple penguin instead, and just talk a little bit about how I load up the machine to do the embroidery. This is a Gnomey 15,000, a Horizon 15,000. We got it in 2015 in October of that year, and I love it. It has been my diehard. I call it Gnomey. He's worked very hard for me. We got a new machine in the spring, so I just save him for embroidery machines now and backup if need be. So, and since I have Janie already packed, ready to go for PEI, I had to bring Gnomey out. So so this is one of my frames. It is called Hoop SQ14. I'm not sure if that's going to mean anything to you, but this is actually the size of the embroidery that you can do within that hoop. Like, it comes in a little bit as well, so it's not exactly that size, but it's a good section. So and then you need a stabilizer. This one here is a tearaway. Okay, it just tears. I chose that for the underside of my dress because I didn't want anything with glue or stickiness to bother the side of my leg. So if I teared it away from the stitch lines, then it was fine by me. It was to me, it's not going to bother me. Okay, and then there's other ones here, like this one here is sewing and quilting no-sew mesh nylon cutaway. So there's cutaways, there's tearaways, there's iron-on, there's like probably, you know, 7 or 8 different types of stabilizers for embroidery machines. So figure out what's best for your project, what you're going to be working on, and go from there. Okay, if you have any questions, you can always Google it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to put your stabilizer down first, okay, and make sure it's going to cover, like mine's a little shy on either side here, but what I'm going to stitch out is going to be right in the center. So I'm going to take my fabric and lay it straight over on top. I chose a nice bright yellow so the bright purple would show up on it, and I made sure that the screw mechanism that tightens and loosens the hoop when you're putting your fabrics together to make sure they're really snug as a bug in a rug together. Okay, so make sure that is open. You want to line this up. Make sure if you had anything that maybe was directional, or you were embroidering a shirt or anything like that, there are guidelines here, left and right and up and down, that help you center out your project or where you want to put it. Okay, and now I'm just tightening the screw. Oops, once I get it back in the hoop here, straighten it up a little bit, or not. Did I tighten it too much? Oh, I might have tightened it too much before slipping it in. All right, let's try that again, shall we? Okay, there we go. Okay, make sure it's all snug all the way around. You should feel that the inner hoop and the outer hoop are like one little unit, okay? And then you really want to just tighten the screw by hand, get it as far as you can go. Like I said, snug as a bug in a rug. Make sure everybody's together. Okay, and this is not loose at all, it's snug. Okay, make sure it's all good. And then make sure you set up your pattern, of course, on the machine. Sorry, I have to leave this open because of the way the thread spool for the embroidery part needs to sit, so I apologize. But this is only going to be a 5-minute stitch out for the penguin. I'm going to slide it under here. Sometimes I need to lift the foot a little higher for it to get under, depending on the frame. And then I'm just going to slip it into the holder, and it's got a little lock, okay? And this is the arm that guides it. It goes up and down and left and right, or this part goes left and right to stitch out what we're wanting it to do, okay? So we'll just trim these threads here, move that over there, and hit the start button. And it's going to do a really cute penguin in purple. And hopefully that camera can get really zoomed in right there, so for Pop can get a good look. So what it does is it does an outline first, and then it'll come back in and do more details in that spot. So it kind of gives it, okay, this is where I know I need to stitch in between. Sometimes it does a satin stitch. Sometimes it does many satin stitches in that area, depending the size needed. You don't want to go too far. So it'll do like maybe 3 or 4 sections next to each other as it goes down and stitches to complete the pattern. So, and this penguin one doesn't take very long. It's actually one I did in my class to learn how to use Gnomey, and I did it on a t-shirt. So it's nice to be able to see it again. I did that one in turquoise. This one's nice, cute purple, the yellow. And I'll save this for a project. Any cute little animals that come across, and then maybe I'll turn it into a bag or gift for somebody. You never know. You never know. Cute purple penguins. And of course, there's many embroidery threads are different than normal sewing machine threads. They're a bit finer and they got a bit of a shiny glow to them. I could show you. Do I have a couple of spools here? Yeah, here we go. You can see the shininess of this red and the shininess of that pink. And they're a bit different in texture and feel. They have a kind of a little bit of a, not much, but a little bit of a stretch to them. I'm assuming it was because to be able to accommodate for how it's, moving and stitching and stretching. So you need to do your bobbin that in this thread as well as your top thread to make sure it's all is equal in the tension over both sides, okay? They're looking pretty. Oh, that looks so pretty. So if you're gonna jump in. Don't be afraid. It is sometimes a big investment to have go and buy like 50 different colors threads to be able to play and make projects, and especially flowers or anything to do with the garden or nature. It always requires a few colors to give it that depth and dimension that one's looking for when it comes to embroidery, right? I've had many beautiful projects here that have involved Christmas themes of embroidery that took hours upon hours for just one square to get all stitched out because of all the details and the color changes. I have to change each thread or each color change. Like if there was 5 or 6 thread colors in here, I'd have to change them each time. So what it would stitch out all the purples, and then it would say, okay, stop, and then do the next thread change color, and it would tell me according to the pattern which color it should be, or I can change that to, if I don't want pink, I can put red, and then it stitches all the red parts and then stops, and then we'll tell you to do the next color and then stitch all that color, and then in the end it's all done, and it looks beautiful. Obviously, whatever goes on with beautiful embroidery machines. 2 more minutes. So you can tell it's down the foot and the bottom of the body and the tail and the back, and now it's just kind of working on its front, the chest, and near the wing. And then it'll work up the back and then the head. And this is just going on a slow stitch. I think when it comes to embroidery, it does its own stitch time. So it tells you right there, how many stitches it is, and how long it's going to take to normally stitch out. I've had projects to well over, almost 2 hours for stitching out, and many thread changes. This is super cute. We hope everybody's enjoying the weekend. Pop and I are headed to PEI, and we're very excited. I've never been past Ottawa, so I'm very excited for our little adventure, driving adventure. I love to see our great country, so. I feel like I shouldn't vacation anywhere else until I know my own. Oh, it's almost done. 1 minute. Just going to finish up the nose there, the beak, the bill, the beak. What is it for a penguin? Oh, just doing the eye. It's almost done. Very cute. And of course it cuts the threads and then it pulls it away from where it is underneath the foot of the machine. And I just take and unlock it and it is done. Okay, and then there's the back side where it was with the stabilizer, so you can see. Okay, I'm not sure if Pop's gonna see that in there. That's the front, and then the back. And the back should be just as pretty as the front because it should be stitching almost the same way. It's a bit of a stabilizing stitches, and then the more detailed ones come up on the front. So, and then from there you loosen the screw. Okay, pop this inner frame out, the outer frame separate. Try not to lose them, keep them together. And then there's your beautiful project. And then you can always come in with the tearaway. Okay. And that's what the beauty of the tearaway is. It just literally tears away from your stitched project. Okay. Is that lovely? All right, so that's what we're doing today, or that's what we did today anyways. You guys take care. Have yourself a fantastic week. We'll see you on Wednesday, and enjoy, okay? Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing from us at the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Enjoy the day.